Alright, so I'm not super passionate about a lot of things, but I'm passionate about some stuff. And sometimes I read something that's like, man, that's really fucked up. And usually it's like when, somebody else gets screwed over by someone's actions. So I was on Twitter today, and this story caught me, right? So let me give you guys a little bit of backstory. Like all things, there is a Reddit for Street Fighter. Street Fighter 5 more specifically on Reddit. And every week, Reddit runs a series of tournaments. I don't know if it's one, if it's two. I know they at least run one a week. And during that tournament, like, they get, like, some of the people on Reddit to do commentary, and they get people people in the Reddit to also play. Or I guess if you're not in the Reddit, you can also just join the tournament. It's a free tournament. You can join. I don't know if there's a prize or not, but the people also do commentary. And so, if you're trying to get better at a game, and it's not like an official Capcom event. And so it's like, okay, there's not that much pressure on the lines, but it's like something to kind of build your confidence and, like, build yourself up to being a better player, right? So I came across this story, and it just bothered me, right? So this guy here named FGC Jesus, he says, yeah, no more Reddit tournaments for me. I don't like being treated that way. I'm not any different than anyone else who works hard in this game. Sorry my character is annoying to play, and you don't know how he works. But, like, I made it to winners finals. I was proud of myself. So I read this, and my first thought is, okay, somebody's just being mad about, or someone, like, got mad at this guy because he plays, like, a defensive character. So they're like, stop spamming fireballs, like some scrub quote stuff. But I kept reading, just to make sure that was the case. She says, all right, let me calm down and explain. Basically, some guy and I were in winners finals, and I had the commentary going on my stream. So you imagine this guy, he's playing in winners finals, but on his computer, he's got the commentary and the game going at the same, the stream going at the same time. Not bad, you support the stream. And turns out, everyone got bored of the match, so Joe's one of the commentators, just started playing fart noises over the match, and I had to turn off commentary because it was very distracting and kind of hurtful. I ended up losing, and then after someone hopped on the mic, some other commentator, who basically ranted that two Fang players should never get into grand finals or finals, and I just, like, lost any will I had to play. So suddenly, the entire dynamic is shifted. What I thought was just some scrub quote guy just getting murdered and complaining about a character is like, actually, no. The problem with the guys talking about the match, the actual commentators for the match, they were literally just, like, shitting on the players. And so then afterwards, some guy comes on and just starts shitting on the mirror. So apparently, for folks who don't know, Street Fighter V has a character called Fang. Fang is not a strong character. Fang is also not a very popular character. So it's incredibly rare that Fang would get to, first off, winners finals. One Fang would get to winners finals. Second off, two would get to winners finals. So you have these two guys who play a character that gets shit on by half the cast and takes an incredible amount of work, get to winners finals. And this guy's listening to the commentaries going, and they're literally just like fart sounds, because they're like, this is dumb. Let's continue the story. I just want to clarify that Reddit Street Fighter 5 and I want to clarify that Reddit Street Fighter, that's Street Fighter's Reddit's Twitter handle, I get that it was a joke and stuff. I forgive you guys. I just legitimately got hit where it hurts my feelings. I know you guys were just being funny. Honestly, I don't think this was even necessary. If I busted my ass with a shitty character to make it all the way to, like, top 3, fuck you if you fuck you if you like feel that way about, me busting my ass and working hard. Like, no one's gonna do that if that was Tokido. Yeah, I tag him like, fuck you guys. And so he apologizes for reasons that he didn't even have to do that. The story continues. Thanks for this tweet. I honestly feel the same way. So this guy was the other Fang player he was fighting against. Fang actually takes a lot of work to win with. Maybe have someone on commentary who understands his gameplay, or give our craft more respect. whoa, that's two great ideas. We've put a lot of effort on a low tier. Yes, he is low tier-ish. Fang is definitely a low tier character. You don't have to sugarcoat it. You don't even have to, like, slightly sugarcoat it. So you might be wondering, well, how bad was it? Because usually, whenever you hear these sorts of things, it's like, it's never as bad as it's originally, you know, hyped up to be or blown up to be on Twitter. So, you know what? There's actually a clip of it. Let's take a listen. And listen.
Wait, I have a button that I can make this match so much more fun.
What?
Let me just keep pressing.
Does it play the Benny Hill song? Does it go?
I was just about to say that.
No, but it's the right button.
Is it fart noises?
Wait, I have a button that I can make.
That's pretty shitty. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I'm the best commentator in the world. I'm not gonna say I'm a great commentator, but I do know some of the basic rules. And one of the things you learn early on is that you don't shit on the players who are working, and you're sitting on you're sitting on your ass like an armchair conquistador. You just don't do that. That's not right, man. Come on. Yeah, like, you're not even doing the job, like, justice, right? If we imagine what a commentator's job is, it's like, okay, it's to bring awareness and explain the match so that the layman can understand, or people who are just watching have a deeper understanding or meaning for, you know, what's going on. Nowhere in that 19 seconds was any of that happening. And to be honest, I feel bad for the guys. Yeah, that's, like, again, it's their tournament they made, but at the end of the day, like, who would want to join some shit like that? Yeah, don't shit on the players. That just made me mad, man. It's like, what are you doing? It's like you're hurting your own fan base. You're like imagine somebody watching that. Like, who in the chat would have been like, yeah, this is funny. Come on, dude. That's garbage, dude. That, like, I wouldn't watch that shit ever again even if I did start watching it or before. That just makes me mad, man. If you're playing in a match and you're like, let's imagine it was Daigo, right? And they just start doing some shit like that, people would have, like, dogpiled on them. They would have dogpiled on those guys. I don't care if it was your own tournament. I don't care if it was just for fun and giggles. I don't care if there's nothing on the line. Those guys were busting their ass, and they just, come on, dude. That made me mad. I just wanted to air that out. So, you know, if you're thinking about being or doing commentary, let me give you a piece of advice. Don't do that shit. Don't make fart sounds and just, like, shit on the players. Like, it's okay to, like, you know, have a non sequitur when you're just not talking about the game for a moment or two. It's okay to weave some, like, oh man, like, I hate Fang, man. This character is, like, he's so annoying to fight. And then you give some reasons, because X, Y, and Z. That way you build a storyline. These guys are really just, like, shitting on the guys just to shit on them for shitting's sake. And that's not right, dude. That's not right at all. That's all for my little soapbox. I don't have much more to say than that. I guess it just comes down to the age-old fact of don't be a shitty human being. I don't know.